Hey guys, what's up? I'm here to give you guys a recap on the new episode of Shingeki no Kyojin, the final season, which is on episode 8 or episode 67 of the overall total number of episodes. This episode right here was really good and emotional and well done. Oh man. I can imagine the community, and my imagination was correct, my prediction was correct. Anybody who is up to date, and I mean up to date, knew this was going to happen. It was going to really freaking happen, okay? Oh my gosh. This episode was really well done, and I'm looking forward to the next episode and the ones after that. And dang, man, I'm pretty sure there'll be a lot of debate of what people might be saying about what could have happened, what should have happened, what this and that could have happened. But we could get to that to another time whenever if I feel like making that other video. So, if anything else, let's just get this started right here, right now. Let's go. Yeah, call me crazy, but right now I'm just trying to calm down right now. Like literally, after what just happened this episode, they literally did a good job. Mappa, I appreciate the fact that you just added those simple extended scenes right there that really got my freaking eyes wanting to roll and tear out, man. I mean, you did a fantastic job. People could say whatever they want, just freaking calm it down. We all have our fair share of criticism here and there, okay? Alright, I think I've been blabbing on for long enough and causing too much of a ruckus of not starting the recap, so if anything else, let's just get this started. We have to it that Reina ends up getting punched by Eren after he tries to reach for Galliard or Porco, and he managed to save him, and Eren realizes that he's out of strength, and Mikasa says, okay then, let's get the hell out of here. And then Eren says, I'll see you later, Reina. Until then, bye-bye, And then we see to it everybody's guarding the ship while Gabby in total anger and rage is chasing the ship, going like, I'm gonna kill you, Eren Yeager, you freaking little filth, and and etc. Eventually we see to it that Eren and Mikasa got onto the ship while someone opens up the door and Armin ends up talking. No, not talking. I'm so sorry. Ends up looking at Eren. He ends up reaching out for his hand to give him some assistance, and they do not speak to each other. The way how they stared at each other, and they just have that solemn face of not happiness, just straight up like this. It's like Armin just really had that face of disappointment in him, And I could tell, it's really obvious from the get-go. There was no talking, just that simple face expression that he looks at Eren like, I'm pretty disappointed in you, man. But whatever, come on board. Eventually, Levi just looks at him and says, hey, you look so filthy, man. What'd you do? Fall in the pile of excrement or poop or something? And then he kicks Eren in the face to the wall and ends up, well, you look like you have a nice kickable face still. You do know that, right? And we see to it that that Levi's like, we're gonna put you under arrest and we're gonna talk for a while. And Eren's like, I got no problem with that. Besides, I told you everything in the letter. Aren't you happy? Huh? You want me to tell it in explicit information for you? The way how Eren talked to him, saying those simple words like, did you not get the message? The way how he talked and showed that tone towards Levi after he kicked him, and he understands that, We have too that Levi's like, the face you have right now, it reminds me so much of the filthy maggots who lived in the underground. I never thought you'd be having that kind of face as well. But hey, be happy, Everything worked out as you planned, Everything worked out as you planned. The way how, Levi was talking to Eren, and he was, Levi expressed a lot of anger in that kick and just talking to Eren because of what he did, And we understand that. We really do. Those face upon Armin, Mikasa, Levi, and everyone else, they already been very disappointed with Eren, after what he's did. But there's a lot of debate of that, here and there. But whatever the case may be, we have two that Lobov tells John and the others he'll keep an eye on the rear gear, rear side, While Jean and the others are, while Jean, Sashi, and Connie are pretty upset to see how they lost 6 people, Flock says, "Hey, compared to what we had back then, it's nothing. Okay, look to the new Eldians Pirates first battle and victory. Come on, let's have a freaking drink and remember our fallen 6 heroes, that kind of thing." And we see to it that Gabby and Falco were chasing each other. No, actually, Falco chasing Gabby and telling her, "Calm down, what are you doing? We can't just chase the ship. Are you nuts?" And Gabby's like, "Look, everything I've been trying to work for, like, this armband right here? I want to show the people that we're so much good people, we're good Eldians, etc." And they trample on that. Zeke's gone, Piek's damaged, Reiner's hurt, the Warhammer Titan's gone. What do you want me to do? Tell me do nothing? They attacked us. But Falco tries to say, we attacked them though. Because he remembers his conversation with Eren and Reiner, where Eren asked the question to Reiner, "Why did my mother get eaten? Why did my mother get eaten?" And Falco tries to back up that fact, but Gabby says, "Did you see it? Huh? That we attacked them?" And Falco's like, "No." And Gabby's like, "Me neither. But the freaking island devils anyway that threaten world peace, that kind of thing." But Falco remembers the conversation between Reiner and Eren, knowing that they're not devils at all with the way how he looks at it. And Falco's the one with the clear mind, to be honest with you, etc. And he understands it. He really, really does. We all can't forget that. But eventually, we have to it that Gabby ends up shooting Lobov when the time presents itself, where Lobov hesitated, where he couldn't kill a kid with the rifle. But whatever that case be, that hesitation cost him his life, where Gabby gave him a headshot. And we see to it that eventually that Gabby's plans to board the ship, and Falco's like, "What are you doing? You're gonna board that ship? You're gonna die." And Gabby's like, "Tell my mother and father and Reiner that I fought bravely to the end, okay?" And then we have to it that Falco's brother Colt says, "Hey, what are you guys doing?" And we see to it Falco decides to grab onto Gabby to go to the ship and says, "The one who's going to inherit the Armor Titan is me!" As he remembers Reiner's words to him. "You're the one that's going to save Gabby from this dark future, that kind of thing. And I remember this one scene where Connie says Jean and Sasha are the ones that's important, and special to him, because they grew up together, They've been together for a very long time, and it's been 4 years past that they stuck together like glue. And you guys might be saying, "Oh, I know what you're going to say," right? Yeah, you already know what I'm going to say. After that, Gabby boarded the ship and ends up making one shot and hits Sasha right on her, underneath her left breast where her heart is, dude. And John and everyone else can only stand in shock, and John was about to make a shot on Gabby, but Gabby was about to shoot him, and John was about to possibly just do the same, but Falco ends up pushing Gabby out of the line of fire, narrowly saving her life, and John almost got hit, but not even close, And then we have to it that the soldiers, realizing what the kid did, goes into anger and rage, beats the living hell out of Gabby and Falco for what they did, And then we see to it that Connie ends up saying, Sasha, no, please, don't die on us, And John's like, "What the hell? What's going on?" And then they realize that Lobov was killed by Gabby, and she used that gear to go onto the ship and ends up doing the shooting, Oh my gosh. And we see to it that as the episode continues on, we see a scene where Piek talks to Theo Maggot that there's actually a person that she had an interest in, because she saw that person 3 years ago, which apparently that person was part of the scouting ship, And that person was that person that trapped Piek and Galliard down into the trapping basement whatsoever, And we see to it that going to one scene, there's one scene I forgot to mention where Flock mentions, "Hey, these two kids shot Sasha, should I just throw him out of the ship or something? And Jean's like, how, if we kill those kids, will the killing ever stop, huh? And like I said, then goes to seeing what Pierre talks about a person that looks familiar about 3 years ago. And then, of course, that person is Yelena, who apparently wears a beard, whatever the case may be. And we see to it that Gabby ends up screaming out in total rage, saying, listen, you freaking devils, we haven't lost yet, you hear me? Look where we're at. We're going to be the ones that's going to exterminate you, you hear me? Etc, etc, etc. But we see to it that John's like, hey, you could say those same words after you go see the guy, like, what's happening here and there, And we see to it that, oh man, that Jean ends up bringing Gabby and Falco right in front of Eren, Zeke, Levi, Yelena, Mikasa, and Armin, And we see to it that, like, when they wonder, and Pierre mentions, like, she is a freaking devout follower to Zeke, and that is Yelena, which Pierre was talking to Maggot. It's been going back and forth with, like, Pierre talking to Maggot about, like, she knows this one person that she's interested in, and she saw that person 3 years ago, and that she's a devout follower to Zeke. So Yelena is a girl who's been cross-dressing as a man, And we see to it that, like, that Levi's like, who are these two brats here? And Jean's like, they are the kids that killed Lobov, used his gear, and this girl here ends up shooting Sasha. And this ends up bringing Levi along with, like, Mikasa and Armin in total shock. Like, Levi's eyes were just like, what did you just freaking say? And then Mikasa and Armin can only run over there, and then Hanji comes out of the driving room or something, or sorry, I suck at these words. Ends up getting out of the room where only Oyakupan is driving the airship, and ends up talking to Eren. And we see to it that, like, Hanji's like, hey, did everything go according to plan for you, huh? Zeke and Gabby and Falco could only realize that Zeke planned all this up after they overheard this, And John ends up screaming at Yelena, hey, what happened to the freaking cart and jaw tying? I thought you were supposed to trap him. And we have to that Yelena's like, yeah, I did trap him, but I made one huge mistake or miscalculation. And we see to it that Levi ends up talking to Zeke, like, and to cover for that slip-up, the Beast Titan chucked out more rocks than it planned because of that, huh? And we have to that Levi's like, hey, that's some nice improv for a clown like you, wouldn't you say, hairball? And we have to Zeke's like, hey, man, don't glare at me like that. What if I actually freaking peed my pants right now, huh? And you're quite the actor yourself, considering you want to kill me so bad. And of course, Levi wants to kill him. Let's not forget that Zeke is responsible for Erwin's death, even though Levi could have saved him those many years ago, etc. And then Levi ends up telling Zeke, I'm the kind of person who wants to save the best bite for last. I like to savor the taste and enjoy it to the fullest, And we have to it that Eren's like, look, we killed the Marley Brass and destroyed the port and fleet. That should buy us some time. But Hanji's like, what? Until the whole world launches a joint attack on Paradis? Huh? Every time you were caught by the enemy, we always sacrificed so much just to get you back and to save you, no matter the cost. And you went for the hostage situation, etc. And just like you hoped, we didn't have much choice, okay? You put your trust in us, and we lost our trust in you. That's what happened. And Zeke's like, hey, but we have the Founding Titan and the Titan with royal blood. The cost of those sacrifices will be paid through Eldia's freedom. And we have to it that that as the episode continues on in its own situation, Connie ends up opening the door and ends up having tears coming out of his left eye or something, or he's just crying, if anything. ends up informing Hanji and Levi, you know, like, Sasha is dead. And we see a scene where Armin and Mikasa were crying for Sasha, you know, and that animated scene was very well done when Mikasa's crying for Sasha and Armin's crying so badly for her, telling her to hold on, don't pass out, and John can only stare in great terror and horror on his face to hear those bad news. Even Hanji has that look of despair hearing just those simple news about what happened to Sasha. And then Levi could only grieve in silence, you know, because we all know how he is. I mean, he's been through a lot. We've seen a lot. We've seen the OVAs about him, etc. in the anime. He's been through hell too, you know, so there's no denying the fact that why he can't show much emotion. He does have emotion. He just shoves it down into his mind, you know, which a lot of men or boys nowadays just do because they just don't want to maybe show a lot of weakness whatsoever. But whatever the case may be, we have to it that Eren asked Connie, like, what were the last words of Sasha? Meat. Because we had to, when Sasha got shot, she says, hey man, this is getting too loud. Are we going to have dinner yet? And then meat. Just meat. And we had to that Eren ends up you know, the way when I read the manga, you know, Eren did laugh, and the way how it was done in this episode, oh my gosh, dude. The actor and Mappa really did a fantastic job showing that Eren laughed a bit, but you know, that laugh is not something that's saying, oh, this is so funny about what her last words say. I thought that was the case, but that wasn't the case when I decided to look into the words and look into a comment and hear him talk about it, like, this ain't the laugh that he's laughing because of Sasha's last words of me, you know? It's the laugh that, it is the laugh of when he lost Hans and he ends up laughing very badly because of the situation was very stressful because he lost Hans and everything, you know? And everything was all like that in season 2. You guys remember that, right? I'm pretty sure, hopefully you did. I mean, like, I for sure still remember it, you know, when Hans was killed and everyone's getting eaten. Eren was just laughing in despair, you know, and I think it's that same laugh that people are not understanding. For me, when I read it in the manga, I thought he was laughing because that was just Sasha's last words of meat, and he remembers what Sasha did, steals the meat from a senior's office, and then says, hey, we'll raise more cattle and sheep, you know, along the way to make more meat, you know, and we have to it that, you know, like I said, like, Eren has a flashback of Sasha saying me, and then we see Mina and then everyone else that was on Eren's squad, you know, etc. talking about me. And we see the scene where Sasha finally pass away with her eyes closed, and then with the wound in her. Mikasa and Armin could only cry in so much despair after the loss of a comrade they've been with for so many years, man. I mean, it's gonna happen like that, dude. When you're in war and everything, this is really devastating. And you know, Jean did tell Eren, like, hey, you understand freaking Sasha's dead because of you dragging our butts into this freaking mess, right? And we have to it that Eren could only be in so much great distress because of what just happened, you know, after Jean said that. And it looks like to me, yeah, Eren is in grief, you know. He does know Sasha and he cares for Sasha, but the way how he ends up laughing, you know, many people who heard his laugh is like saying, you think this is funny, man? What the hell's wrong with you? Kind of thing. But that laugh, like I said, is a laugh of distress and sadness, you know? And, yeah, and then the episode ends off there, and then, you know, preview next episode. Looks like we're going to know a lot of things here and there, but whatever the case may be, the next episode is called Brave Volunteers. This community, I know for freaking certain that everybody hates Gabby right now. Let's not forget that she was raised as a soldier and was told that these Eldians of the Paradise Island is devils, you know. She's got on the ropes, man. And if you guys don't remember, or if you guys even did your fair share of research, which I will tell you right now, she is the female Eren of what she is. She is exactly female Eren of what will happen here and there. etc. And there's another thing you guys need to know too. Did you know that Sasha was actually supposed to die way back in at least around the beginning of Attack on Titan? Even I did my fair share of research on the trivia about Sasha. She was supposed to die in Volume 9 of Attack on Titan. Like, she was literally supposed to die on Volume 9 of Attack on Titan. That's when the Beast Titans showed up here and there, you know? So pretty much she was supposed to be dead or be killed off in the second season of the anime if they were to adapt this correctly. That much I'm going to tell you right now. So, I guess the manga artist decides to use it at this time right now, I guess, to kill off Sasha. Yeah. So, what happened in this episode was really devastating. The music, from the art, animation, choreography, voice acting, everything, dude, they did it very well. Mappa extended or even put in more scenes of Armin and Mikasa crying, telling Sasha, please hang on, hang on, hang on. And then at the end, they end up crying. Oh my gosh, dude, they freaking nailed it. Even the guy, voice actor of Eren, he freaking nailed that freaking laugh very well. And everything. Oh my gosh. Like I said, everything about this episode is really nice. It is so debatable. It's going to be all over the internet, man. Many people are going to say, oh, I hate Gabby. Oh, Marley's a piece of filth. But, hey, man, there's a lot of things, and I mean a lot of things that are not revealed yet. I know there's a lot to say and talk about, but I'm going to have to say it like that for now. All I can really tell you with minor spoilers, just hinted at that, there's a lot of things that are not revealed, you know? A lot of things to talk about and a lot of things to try to get the idea from. And what makes the series so crazy good in many people's eyes here and there, and why I love it too, you know? Etc. Like I said, it's all over the place with the community. I know that for the fact, and I understand both sides. I really do. But there's a lot to understand and know and not revealed yet, you know? So I don't know how this is going to turn out for everybody else, but I could tell you one thing for sure. It's going to be very crazy once everything is revealed. That much I can tell you. So until then, people, I'll see you guys in the next video. I'm Alpha Zero. Have a good day, and I'll see you guys next time, alright? Peace out. Bye-bye. Ta-ta-da!